たまらない一品です。まあ地面にめり込んだり加熱して炎上したりやりやすいような点ですけど、
The Tiger P, presented in World of Tanks as German HT7 heavy tank, has a project name VK4501P and was known as official designation for an unsuccessful heavy tank prototype produced by a Porsche company in 1942 for a German army. Very innovative, Tiger P was using an original power unit, consisted of dual petrol engines mechanically connected with electrical generators through shafts. Last one served as a power supply and controllers for traction motors. This HEM has a weakness of a complex service and high amount of available resources to produce, but allowing to control engine throttle smoothly and continuously, and same speed reverse. This is the option that's still not realized in our game. Tests were scheduled for July 1942, and preliminary tests proved that the Porsche's design was far from being perfect and modifications were made, but none of the technical problems were fully solved from the lack of time. The tank simply was too bulky and heavy for an optimal mobility, and all the innovative options served as odds in the eyes of the technical commission. Germany High Command decision was made in favor of Henschel project, which construction showed better mobility and technical performance. Most of the already 100 produced chassis were later rebuilt as well-known Ferdinand or Elephant tank destroyer. However, 3 of these tanks were modified into repair and recovery vehicles, also known as Bergepanzer Tiger P. Approximately 5 Porsche Tigers were fully completed, and only one, in common version Panzerbefehlswagen 6P, entered service on the Eastern Front. That's all about history of this vehicle, and let's check it out. How does he act in our game? To start with, let's compare our heavy tank with his in-game youngster, the Henschel Tiger. On that simplified tables we can match different groups of a vehicle's stats, accounting the influence of top models and same 100% crew. We can see how notable the difference is. Have to give a credit here. Tiger Henschel is quite overpowered, everyone knows that, and can easily match Tier 8, so the things ain't that bad for Porsche. While lacking of a firepower, even with the same gun, our Tiger has advantage of a technically better armor. Let's have a closer look at its HEM. The vehicle rear and side armor are within 80mm limit and can stand a direct hit from anything you can meet on the battlefield. But well and properly angled side armor can hold some really heavy hits. The gun depression is fine with elevation from -7 to 17 degrees, which is comfortable for shooting if we're not talking about some complex landscapes. Form protection is very conspicuous for a big millimeters value dispersion, from 30mm weak spots even while covered with tracks, to a 200mm angled blade. As the wisdom says, the chain is as strong as the weakest link, so playing on Tiger P ought you to calculate enemies' trajectories and penetration reflexively, but unfortunately you can't predict while gaming random shots and RT. Well, I know that I have already bored you a lot, but this part of review was about technical tips that ain't about jokes, so that's the simplified version above of what I've done. And if you would like to, the next part will be about real possibilities of a Tiger P if he can use his armor and fire possibilities.
Hours later.
Yeah, I was trying to engage in a square side to prevent enemy from taking down my central guys, but accidentally was intercepted. While playing on this map, always try to take this gap on the right side of me, no matter from which side you're playing, because it's the key position for the whole map. But actually it's easy to flank position, so you must be warned by the minimap, because you can have a hit from a center side or from a border right side. Be careful.
Enemy armor is damaged. The radio man is bleeding. We can't rely on him.
Pay attention how easily T1 is piercing us through cheeks and lower front plate.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Penetration.
While being outnumbered, always try to take down enemies' guns, especially when they're low on HP. Here I'm trying to take out OE because his cooldown is quite long, approximately 24 seconds. That's about 3 of my hits.
They're knocked out.
That dumbass could use the moment to hit my back safely, but instead of that he preferred to fight face to face, and even though he managed to hit my upper plate intentionally. Once I've secured my own back for some time, the situation starts to get critical because our defense is totally down and enemies running all around the map. So I've got nothing but to deal with the menace being heavily outnumbered.
Track repaired. Drive on. Enemy armor is destroyed. Enemy is hit.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Oh boy, I'm missing all what battle of them so much. With the last ally killed in town, I've managed to get out to an open space to use one last remaining RT as a spotter to do a maximum possible damage.
Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do?
The plan totally failed, so I returned to the city to await being totally outspotted and killed.
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yeah, RT is not toxic. The gold ammo is toxic. High explosive round is not toxic. The freedom is the slavery. The lie is the truth.
The rangefinder is hit. We can only shoot close targets. Enemy armor is hit. Armor repair. Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, that was actually funny because he accidentally ran into the bunker and I accidentally shot the corpse.
Penetration.
Oh my god! Oh! Are they not recording? Are you recording, Cricky?
Track hit.
This was truly retarded. The boy just banged my back and waited for shot. Last thing I had to do is to arrive in time, decap in time, and survive quite a big clip for 800 HP from my MX-13.
Enemy is hit. We're immobilized. Got him. Drive on.
Well, here's the total results of this battle. I hope you're the same ashamed about the enemies as I do. I know it's quite unfair to judge about performance of the tank by low tier battles, but let's just account that this is some kind of greenhouse conditions and everything from that point could be worse. That's all about my review for now. Hope you like it. Also, I appreciate if any feedback would be left so I can acquire some lessons from it. For myself, in conclusion, I would like that's the Tiger P is a good vehicle if you're into the German branch, because you can open 4 different vehicles from it. It's very generous, and the performance of the Tiger P is quite good. You have a sharpshooter with some fragile but armor you can use. This was the Spider Grenadier. Thumbs up, subscribe, and have fun in the holiday operation in our beloved game. Found boxes, toys, and other stuff. Also, I'm really happy that I finished this video before the new year, so this is kind of upstart for me. I'm really curious about it. Thank you one more time and Happy New Year.